It is I, Wayne Cunningham, along with the game caller, ace journalist and commentator Jovan Ravello. And we welcome back at the expert analyst desk, former Trinidad and Tobago defender, Johanse Marshall. Johanse is presently the assistant coach of the National Elite Under-15 Boys program. So tell us, how is that program going at this crucial stage of their development?
I think it's a work in progress, you know. We're definitely getting a number of players back in the fold, so we're just working with them through their paces right now.
What crucial stages, it's a very crucial couple of weeks in the Tito Premier League. The first match in focus tonight is AC Port of Spain versus the Terminex La Horquetta Rangers. Match of the week.
Big clash.
Big match.
Top of the table clash.
Big top of the table. This was ACPOS still in the lead, holding off Terminex La Horquetta Rangers, the only unbeaten team in the league so far. That was a header coming in from Dwayne Muckett. Not the tallest guy, but certainly some good technique there.
Don't hate short, man.
But La Horquetta Rangers definitely started off faster. AC Port of Spain was definitely on the back foot for the first 20 minutes or so.
Yeah, and on the back foot indeed, this was a penalty.
Rash challenge. There was no need to put in that challenge right there.
Expert defensive opinion.
Who else but Atula Guerra steps up. He's going to take this penalty. That's a goal. Number 10, and that comes in 9 games. Easily beating
against one of the best shot stoppers in the league.
Just 20 minutes.
17th minute, ACPOS trailing, but Che Benny with a beauty of a ball up to Jamal Francois. Shot was just too much.
And that was too easy. That was too easy for AC Port of Spain. There was no pressure on the ball from La Horquetta Rangers, and a player with chase quality, you can't give him that time.
Yeah, certainly some real good vision from Che Benny, the guy from Belmont. That was Francois' 5th of the season. This Rangers team does not give up. Kayem Thomas.
Great save by Marvin there again. Kept them in the game here in the early stages.
And you know as well as any what it is like having Marvin Phillip behind you.
Yeah, that's one of the most experienced goalkeepers of all time in Trinidad football. So just having him there, the presence there is amazing.
You saw Real Gill in the stands there just now, you know, sitting out this one. I think he has an ankle injury.
Yeah, Real Gill out of this match, and that is Jaden Prowell though. Very much in this one.
The dagger at the end of the game. Oh my gosh.
What a great piece of football. Find that win.
Firstly, what you touch here? Watch this here.
Through the legs. Proper strike. First of the season, and you see what it means to Jaden Prowell.
That's top of the table there right there.
A real good turnout at the Larry Gomes Stadium for this match. Now, we saw a couple goals in this match, but did you feel that the defending made it look a little easier?
It was back and forth. Again, La Horquetta Rangers had the better of the first part of the proceedings, but the experience of AC Port of Spain showed throughout the game, and then a dagger in the end. You also have to take into consideration that AC Port of Spain was playing on the fact that La Horquetta Rangers was not playing on a slimmer field, so they capitalized on that.
Javon Morris is always credited with his timing. He's not the smallest guy on the field, but he always times his tackles. He reads the game well. That he was caught out, I think that's probably the first time for the season. But with that touch would have undone, let me see, a more agile defender, you think?
Did he need to go in there?
Okay.
Is the question you have to ask. Because he could have stood his ground, touch or not. If he stood his ground, where would the forward have gone?
Okay.
Can't go anywhere. You put your entire body in front of the ball and you're good to go. There's no need to win there.
What about that ball from Che Benny though?
Too much time.
Really deep to get it.
Too much time on the ball. And again, a player with his quality, he will pick those passes and he will pick you apart. If you give him time on the ball, he will pick you apart.
Because he traveled the whole middle third
Of
with
course.
the football. You know, and that is really too much time for Chile.
Yeah, he picked up the ball from one of the centre backs, drived into the midfield, and if you're going to give him that time, he will pick you apart.
And then Jamal
Francois.
Francois finished it well. Jabari, that was, which one was that? Bryce.
Yeah.
He should have done better as well, but the power on it,
Of
you know,
course.
was too much to handle.
Yeah,
So
I agree.
good goal.
And what about the winner from Prowell, though?
You see the excitement of the entire team. Everybody chased it down, but that's what it means right now. This is the top of the table clash. You're going up against what is so-called the best team in Trinidad, and AC Port of Spain just showed them up.
Do you think that this puts a spoke in the wheel of the La Joqueta Rangers?
They play tomorrow, so tomorrow we will decide that. They still have 2 games in hand, but that definitely slowed them down a bit.
Looking at the table, you wouldn't say, well, look, it's wide open now. But if you think about the 2 games in hand, if they had won or got a point from that game, they'll be still cruising towards a Champions League space.
Yeah.
But right now, some teams behind them, we'll talk about that a little lower down.
Correct.
Right behind them, indeed. The second match that we're going to focus on is a classic rivalry in the TT Pro League. Sao Jabalete versus Defence Force.
Old school.
Old school indeed. We see these teams meeting just before the match. Jabalete in the green and red, Defence Force in their yellow. This would be the first goal coming in the 17th minute. Fancy feet, and then finishing it off, Jadal Josiah Carter.
Great finish there for the youngster.
Yeah, ball just bouncing out, and
That ball is not easy to take in stride.
But he kept his eyes on
Exactly.
it and put it away.
Easy to put that one over.
and more from them. Another opportunity. A touch and just off the bar.
You would have probably bet your house on that, right?
Yeah,
With
would
Sam.
have. Brent Sam from the spot now. Talking about betting your house.
Yeah, houses would have been lost.
Multiple houses, right?
Houses would have been lost.
Bankruptcy at this point. This is the goal. Justin Garcia, 39th minute, finding the equalizer.
Shiggy boy.
And you see the quality of the national player there.
Second generation army too. Shiggy is ready his father, no, he just teach his father. No?
Justin Sadu with that ball. No nickname for him as yet, but certainly a great piece of service. This is Brent Sam. Goal.
And again,
More
tough night
houses.
for him.
More houses go begging.
Yeah. 7 for Sam so far in this tournament.
No need to put in that challenge there. Again, he's running away from the goal, and it's unnecessary.
Change direction. Justin Garcia makes amends. It's 2-1. Army leading in the 43rd minute. Second half, they continue to press. Chances were few and far between, and this match just ebbed out into a result. Valuable 3 points for Defence Force.
Not so
They're
good.
now on 24. So, well worth the wait
Yeah.
for them in that match.
Yeah.
Not so good result for Jabalete as
Yeah.
they're dropping further and further down the table.
Another big name dropping lower and lower down the table. We won't talk about that right now.
Jabalete, young side, very talented players, unable to just go to the next level. How do you feel about their progress?
Inexperience. I think, it's always a building process with Jabalete. But now you need same thing. You need the experience there to help the younger ones to come through. And I don't think they have that leadership within the team to guide them through some of the games.
Well, we jump to the experienced team now, the Defence Force. Right, they had a shaky start to the league, but right about now, the teams above them could be worried.
Of course.
Because that is their reputation alone will have you shivering because they won that Champions League spot, and I don't think they care if they come first or second.
No.
Sinolti and Baba and the team out there down at Tetron, they want to go to CONCACAF.
They understand its results.
Yeah.
It's not about just the beginning results, but if they're steady in the progression of how they play, they have a great chance right now.
Now, a little more of a personal front Brent Sam could have been among the top scorers in the league. Well, the top
hat-trick of
scorer in the
misses
league.
there.
A hat-trick of misses. Yeah, he could have been equal on
He
10
could
points and 10
have
goals.
he could have equaled Atula Guerra right now. So, but that's how it goes.
Yeah, the
sometimes.
off day for Brent Sam because, as I said, as you all said earlier, you would have bet your house
Of course.
on Brent Sam scoring at least. Oh, the penalty.
With the form that
Yeah.
he has been in,
Yeah,
of course
for
he
sure.
would.
Yeah.
For sure. All right, we're going to take a break. This is the end of the first segment. We'll be back with more football in the second. Stay with us on First Team.
आंटी एक और रिक्वेस्ट करनी थी आपसे। इस केस के सिलसिले में आप हमारे साथ कोर्ट चलेंगी?
कोर्ट में?
आपकी रिटन टेस्टिमनी चाहिए थी। जब भी सच का सामना करने की बारी आती है, अब नफरत को अपनी ढाल बना लेते हैं। कहीं एक दिन ऐसा ना हो जाए कि नफरत भी आपका साथ ना दे, तब किसे ब्लेम करेंगे आप?
Honestly, I wish I did, but I don't. Look, if we turn back, I'm sure we can make it back to the hospital in an hour.
An hour? Baby, we don't have that. His temperature is so hot. Doctor, my baby has been crying non-stop for over an hour now. For God's sake, his temperature is so high. He needs somebody to attend to him.
Trinidad and Tobago Premier League. More football in this second segment, third match in focus. It would be Caledonia AIA versus Tiger Tanks Club Sando. Club Sando would go at it very early. Trying to build. This one was to Nicholas Dillon. Just presence of mind to find this man, Alvin Jones.
Great strike there by Alvin Jones. And you would not give him that space, especially in that part of the field.
Fourth minute for Club Sando. Great strike, just putting his boot through it on the volley up from right back.
No chance to the goalkeeper there.
Yeah, the former forward Madison wing back doing the duty for his new club. Sando almost had
Unlucky.
some more in the second half. Kept pressing despite a slow start. Despite a very quick start, sorry. Caledonia AIA wasn't able to recover.
Straight off the
Very much
training
under the
pitch there.
cosh. Eventually tried to find some way into goal. Straight at the keeper. One from Niles. Also straight at the keeper.
The aim. That adjust the aim a little bit.
That was a very eagle-eyed shout there from the referee.
TJ O'Brien.
Unlucky.
TJ O'Brien just seeing the handball from Alvin Jones.
You would expect more from Alvin Jones
Yeah,
there.
and he was actually on his way to being man of the match in this one.
But the second week running, Alvin on two sides of the highlight reel. You know, last match he had an own goal. He had a fantastic goal and an own goal.
Started off the match really well
Yeah.
and then all downhill after that.
Yeah, with great success for his team. They picked up another valuable 3 points, winning that one 1-0.
Of course.
So everybody went home happy still despite
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Despite it.
Yeah.
Now they're second on the table, so they put themselves in prime position for Champions League football right now.
Yeah, this is where it gets tight. This is why I was saying, okay, although they have those two games in hand, right? The league basically wide open for those two
course.
places. You know?
You
And-
cannot drop any points right now.
And before any one of you say anything, let me say, the former Caribbean champions going through a tough time. The young team is about the 5th loss on the trot. But my team is my team. My team is my team.
Your side, your side lost in this. Oh, I didn't even notice. So, but how do you feel about Club Sando being able to keep up this type of momentum?
Well, you
you
see the investment that they've made. They've definitely spent some money to bring in some players. So you're seeing it's paying off right now, and we'll see if it can follow through till the end of the season.
Cornell continue to look good in the coach's seat, in the hot seat.
Yeah,
you know, he had some doubts. I'm telling you, some people are saying Cornell, but Cornell doing well, and Cornell was doing well behind the scenes before. He was in the top league, but he did at the school level and all that, and he's doing well.
Of course,
you know, so Cornell is no slouch. Well done, Cornell Glenn.
You all both interacted with Cornell during your professional careers, especially national team, and probably playing with him as well. Do you think that having doubts over him is something that bothers him, or that it fuels him, really?
He's always been fueled by the underdog role, but he is extremely confident in what he does. You know, so he will take that and he will try to prove people wrong. And I think that's what's going on right now.
I agree with you, answer it. Answer your question, fuel. You know, real fuel. If he heard one dissenting voice, that will give him a spark. He's that kind of fella. So it's no surprise that he doing this well now at Club Sando, and I think he'll continue to do well. You know, the team already looks like they're gelling, right? And it's now the start. We're not going to start the second round. So we could see some things from Sando.
Another team that's really gelling right now is Central FC against a team that is struggling for form in the league so far. Prisons Service FC. This match would be a bit lopsided. There's an early opportunity for Prisons, just banging off the post somewhat fortuitously. Keyshawn St. Rose here, a couple touches, laying it off. Eventually, this one inside was for the opener, Akeem Roach, 28th minute.
Really nice sequence of passes there for Central.
Yeah, that's Roach's second goal of the tournament. Big man with a bit of a tap in there. And an improved looking Arima Velodrome ground, it has to be said.
2 days already.
That opportunity fell to Central. They just weren't able to double their advantage before the end of the first half. And they came in the second. This was another opportunity just off the post, and that one was very, very close.
And you see Central still getting opportunities, even though they lost Corbin back to La Hokota Rangers.
This man needs to shine. But one of the already shining stars for them, a man called Paul Pest. What a place.
He still has that quality at his age, you know, so don't give him anything in and around the box.
Great goal from Karen Cummings.
The best keepers might not be able to get that, you know. With
a rod.
Yeah.
That's his 6th of the season. This was a great athletic attempt.
Really ambitious.
Just unable to get it down. Keyshawn St. Rose again. And again, missing that one.
2 bites at the cherry and still couldn't put it in.
Keyshawn St. Rose will be hearing from the coach.
Ricardo John will be hearing good things from the coach. He wrapped up this victory, the big man.
And that
in the
goal
89th minute
was definitely for the confidence booster. He has been going through a little rough patch and in front of the goal, so that will definitely help him forward.
3-0 the final score. Central FC beating Prison Service FC. A side that continues to look good in approach, but hasn't really found the right formula to put together any wins in this league so far.
Yeah, it's definitely a different speed when you're coming up in the pro level compared to the Super League or the second tier. And they're being baptized, so they just need to now take what they have to get and move forward, see if they can learn as quickly as possible.
Before Wayne's question, I'm sorry, Prison Service fans.
Yeah,
they'll have 2 games. They have 2 wins.
They have 2 wins. Yeah.
So my apologies.
Yeah, right now, all kind of prison officers calling here. The commissioner got the line hot. But what I wanna touch on is if you watch the Central FC scorers in this match. Akeem Roach, Ballfest Cummins, Ricardo John, all was in the national setup at some point in time. I believe all 3 of them were in the setup at the same time. You know, just a couple of years ago. Now, with everybody would think they deserve a call back. you know, and you think they're working towards it. All right, take for instance Roach. Roach now coming back into his own, he have on a little pounds, you know, but he figure look after like 2 games, Angus got to settle look at him. What do you think?
I think everybody now has a free opportunity for the coach to see them. I think now the coach has so much games to look at. His pool is so wide, you have an opportunity. If you stay consistent in your play, and if you continue to play, you know, at a decent level.
The national coaching staff said the job will get easier once the league starts.
Of course.
Well, it's getting hard.
Yeah,
because some players making some noise.
And this is something that they will love.
They love that. Yeah, they love
right,
that.
let's look at the results from match week 11. 6 matches on this weekend. Very busy in the league. Matches you didn't see this evening. Point Fortin Civic winning courtesy of Marcus Joseph double. Lobo back with a
back in the fold, and it's already putting his name on that leader's
board. More than a goal again right now.
Lobo come off the play and score.
Javon Thomas getting the goal for Police FC, who lost that one. They dropped down the table a bit. W Connection got a double from Marvin Waldrop, and another from their captain Neil Benjamin Jr. to win 3-0 over Cunupia FC. Another of the teams just beleaguered at the bottom of the league. What do you feel about this week's results, especially given what happened at the top?
I think the table is definitely starting to open up. It's tighter at the top right now. 4 teams are within 8 points of each other. So the second round is going to be extremely exciting.
Speaking of that table, let's just look at how these teams stand as of April 30th. ACPOS on top, they reign supreme, beating who people think are their biggest challengers. Terminex Locato Rangers, who are in 4th now. Club Sando are 2nd, of course, with that 1-0 victory. Defence Force 3rd. Terminex Locato Rangers is just over Central FC, who make up the top 5. Bottom 3 includes Cunupia, Sarwa Jablute, and Prison Service.
Caledonian, boy, they're in good position.
As I said before, at the top of the show, you know, big teams, you know, in the relegation zone or heading towards, you know, and Caledonia, early in the league, they were up at 4th, 3rd, 5th, and it's just a steady progression down heading towards the final 2.
Yeah.
You know, they had to do something. Jeremy and his team had to step up, you know, and get the team clicking, scoring goals, and they had to tighten up the defense.
Yeah.
You know, they leaked some goals in the last 3 rounds.
Well, they had that experience of the first round. Hopefully this could be a change right now.
All right, with that said, we'll take a break right now. When we come back, more from First Team.
Llega sin esta manera, no tiene la culpa. Caballo le dan sabana, porque muy de...
Be watching Let's Talk Tobago on TTT, Sundays 9:30 a.m. and rebroadcast Tuesdays 8 p.m.
So I realized he's a madman too. So it's like, they come in all different shapes and sizes, you know? And I always people say like, "Just follow you." Tony Hall say, "But just follow you." So this man, no time to give up, brother, no time to quit. You know, when you reach a point where you say, "I can't make it," nah, this place, nah, I give up. And the madman said, "No chance, no time to give up, no time to quit." So if he could say that, I'll come again.
This is it, I've been hit. No time to give up, brother, no time to quit.
Welcome back, and we have a little special segment for you right now. Goals of the week, goals of the round, goals of the match day. The first one, Keron, ball pass comments. Take a look at this.
Magnificent.
World
World
brilliant.
class.
We just had to show it again. That boy, Look at it.
I
The
don't-
goalkeeper was right there, no?
I don't think any keeper around the world
Yeah,
could
the
probably
goalkeeper
say
was
that.
right there. The man from the West, ball pass,
He still
top
ha-
shot that.
he still has it.
have it. He still have it.
Two thumbs up.
Right?
Two thumbs
Yeah,
up. Yeah, that's very
definitely.
good.
The Westmen do it this week. We stay in the West. The man from Carnage, the big defender from Trinidad and Tobago defender, Alvin Jones. Watch this strike.
Dylan flick on real good too.
Yeah.
No, he's not going to places. Eh?
Oh,
You don't
That's a
expect anything
special.
else from Alvin right now.
special. But Alvin known for his power.
But his
you know,
technique is
and his
also
technique
really well.
good. Yeah. United States will tell you. Yeah.
I think we take for granted how good his technique is.
Yeah, he has it, and he the thing is, he works on it.
Yeah.
You know, he's one of the guys. He works on his technique in the
Yeah.
practice sessions. You know, you think he's talented.
Yeah.
Right. The whole Jones family talented, frightening. Yeah.
But we have a big clash tomorrow we need to talk about just before the show wraps up.
Yes.
It was the big clash this week. It is the big clash, of course, of the midweek. That is ACPOS versus Terminex Locator Rangers.
Explain to them why first before you go that the comeback so fast.
Well, the round is the change of the round.
Right.
Yeah.
So what we have now is a reversal of the
Last-
fixtures.
Last team
it's going
you
to-
play will
yeah.
be the first team that you
Nice.
play.
So it's a big match tomorrow between ACPOS and Rangers. How do you feel about this
I
match?
think
Who
it
do you
will be a
this one?
completely different match. I think Rangers will be in their comfort zone. Their field is narrower, and they play to their strengths. They play on the counter, they play, and they come back in and hold their block.
And then the transfer window was this week.
Yes.
And they made some transfers from what is known in the football circle as Rangers B. a lot of guys.
They got back
Yeah.
one of their talismans in Corbin.
Corbin reached back that.
And that just solidified,
Yeah.
I think, the diamond that they
Yeah,
had there
they
before.
Castle
you know?
in the middle, which is
Right.
real dog.
You know,
With-
Atula's in form, Corbin was in form for Central, and Tyrone.
Yeah.
You know, so
And
it's
where Spanish going, Nathaniel?
he is with
Good Rangers.
Look at that. Even the strength, the substitutions and all.
yeah,
You
and
know,
that's what
it-
they see. They are thinking long term. They are thinking that they will be in Champions League,
Yeah.
and they need depth in their team. So
The other match at La Hocata is Defence Force versus Sawa Jablite. We saw that one turned out this week. How do you feel about how it's going to turn out next week?
I think same result. I think Defence Force have too much quality for Jablote, and hopefully we will see a different Brent Sam on a better field. You know, and you see him climb up on the scoring chart.
Yeah, so some good football on offer tomorrow in the TT Premier League, live on TTT, of course, and at the venue in La Hocata.
yeah.
Now let's look at the full match day 12 fixtures. On your screen, W Connection versus Canupia, Prisons versus Central FC, Tiger Tanks, Club Sando versus Caledonia, Police FC versus Point Fortin Civic, Defence Force versus Sawa Jablite, and well, you know what is the match of the week? Terminex Locator Rangers versus ACPOS.
No discussion. Everybody, the eyes will be glued, especially after the last result.
Of course.
Everybody watching that. You know, I'm sure that they'll get a full La Hocata venue because that is their hometown.
Yeah, and I think Rangers will be coming out to prove a point. They will be coming out to show that, hey, we are still or want to be the top dog.
Predictions in less than 10 seconds.
I think it will be a draw for Rangers, AC Port of Spain, and I think Defence Force will beat Jablote.
Yeah, we think like that. All right, people. But unfortunately, we are out of time. You know, everybody's saying we had to go to the 60 minutes. We'll talk to the powers that be about that. We thank you for joining us here on First Team, and go out and support the teams tomorrow. La Hocata have the big clash. So go up there.
This is TTT. Live for local.
Line and Length in association with Massey Properties ProClean and Massey Realty.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another exciting edition of Line and Length in association with Massey Realty and, of course, the Barbados Cricket Association. I'm Barry Wilkinson. Thank you so much for joining us. This is the cricket program where we look at everything cricket in the region and internationally. With me is Stephen Leslie. He is the head of marketing and communications at the Barbados Cricket Association. Their T20 tournament is going off with a bang in Barbados. We're now on to the third weekend of action, and as they say, no rain can stop this jam. I say that because last weekend, Sunday, was a lot of rain, but we still got some matches in. First of all, Stephen, how happy are you with the preparations? How happy are you with the players so far in this year's T20 tournament?
Well, Barry, last weekend we had a trough system that came through Barbados, and the rain affected 6 of the 10 matches that were scheduled on Sunday. We were very grateful for the showers of blessing because we really needed it across the island. As it related to the cricket, there were 4 matches played, and it was very exciting. There was actually a 1-run win by Gladiola, who at this point remain one of the only 2 teams who are unbeaten in the competition. So that allowed 4 matches to be played. And while persons might have been a bit disappointed being in the clubhouse, we had the opportunity to get some results in 4 of those matches. So at the moment, Barry, we're extremely pleased with how things are ongoing. The fact that we've been able to conclude 4 matches so far within the T20 is really this part of how we drive forward towards the playoff section of the tournament.
Now let's talk about this weekend because there are some key lineups. I know Fusion Boutique Spartan, for example, they have really upped their game. Shamar Brooks is back. It's always good to have the West Indies players among the mix after a little niggle. But when you look at this weekend, how would you think, what do you think are going to be the key games, seeing that Gladiola